Welcome everyone to this episode 3 of Daggerheart, the Broken Spine. Really looking forward to this. We're going to dive into it without much ado, but before we do, let's do some quick introductions. I'm going to bounce around this time. Let's start with, Jason. Why don't we start with you? Tell us who you are and who you are playing.
Hi, I'm Jason. I am playing Cordinarius, everyone's favorite fungal friend.
Perfect. Excellent. Let's head over to Lauren.
Yeah. I'm Lauren. I'm playing Triss, the giant guardian and designated ride giver.
Excellent. Ed, why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing?
Gladly, yeah. My name's Ed, and I am playing Jim, the Simia half-clank Seraph.
Perfect. And Maggie, how about yourself?
Maggie, I'm playing Grace Halbert, the human sorcerer. And yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Perfect. Excellent. And I'm Jeremy. I am playing Knots and Kavoon, I guess, the Goblin Ranger and her gigantic cat companion. Carly, why don't you tell us who you are and then take it away?
Yeah, hi, I'm Carly. I am the game master for this here campaign of Daggerheart, and I'm here to guide these wonderful people through a beautiful story that last time involved a lot of combat. There was people getting eaten by bears. There were ghosts that came out of the mist. And our group in Natra is currently on their way to the Wailing City to investigate a potential den of thieves and also apparently other missing groups of adventurers that had been sent there before them and never returned. We left off at the end of a surprise combat that came during their long rest, where these ghostly figures, some a sickly green color that really couldn't be good and was obviously not natural, and some just little wispy, ghostly forms that came out to attack them. But they managed to defeat all of them. And that is where we left off, was with the last green, ghostly figure dissipating into the mist around them. What are you doing?
You okay, friends?
What the fuck was that?
That is a excellent question.
We don't know.
I mean, I guess it could explain what happened to other groups that traveled this way.
It also explained part of the presence, that unsettling presence too.
Yeah, ghosts would do that.
You know lots, Jim. You tell us what it was?
I don't know. Do you think that they're part of the city or sent by the outlaws that we're hunting?
If an outlaw can do that, I don't understand why they'd still just be an outlaw.
Wait, what if those were the outlaws? Maybe we should ask some questions before we went like full murder hobo. Probably not.
I don't think they would have talked.
If they were the outlaws, I don't think they dropped the equipment we'd been sent to look for.
True.
Are the bodies like totally gone, everything gone, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they all dissipated back into the mist that is in this area that's suffusing this area of the world.
And the mist is still there, right?
Mm-hmm. It's all around you. Far as you can see, which isn't very far right now because it is dark.
Are we gonna try and sleep in this muck? Because now I'm a little concerned that, maybe we shouldn't.
I mean, where
We don't
else are
have
we
to.
going to?
What if, instead of doing this and going into that place, I've heard that there are some really nice vacation spots on the other side of the continent.
Or we could get paid.
I do like to eat, but, I have to be alive to eat.
You're not seriously suggesting we give up, are you?
Well, no. Mostly no.
We've come this far, I'd be ashamed to give up now.
Would it though? 'Cause what if giving up was the best option we had?
We're alive. They're dead.
I think they were already dead.
Now they're
They're
extra
dead or
dead.
now.
Right, but what if we become dead and become one of those? That's not normal.
No, it's not.
Well, we
I
are
don't like
close
this
to
place.
the city.
Alright, so let's just do this super fast. We'll just go in, do the thing, and then TTFO.
A plan that I can get behind.
Not a bad idea.
We only have a few hours to the city, right?
Yeah.
How's everyone feeling?
I'm a little stressed, but I can manage.
Could take a quick break and then continue onward.
I mean, we rested some. Do others need rest? We can watch.
I'm fine. I like to keep an eye out, but I think if we're gonna rest, we should do it here. Back there. Somewhere where it's not like this. And then we should not rest in that any more than we need to.
I go up to Knots and I just put my hands on Knots' shoulders and get down to her level, and I'm like, it's the presence talking. You are getting manipulated by the presence.
I usually like presents though.
Not that kind of presence.
Oh.
You know that feeling? That icky feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting manipulated by that.
Okay. I hope so. Cause it's kind of squeaky, in my feels. It makes me kind of unhappy.
Hey, you're gonna be okay.
I want you to be okay too.
I stick out my pinky and I say a pinky promise.
Oh. Okay. Well, if anyone needs to rest, we should do that now. Instead of after we get in that.
Okay to carry on.
I also am good to carry on. Does anyone need a rest to heal up?
I don't need a rest. I have 2 points of stress, but it's just something to keep in mind. It was much worse when we had 5 stress slots.
We were attacked during first watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Tris and I haven't gotten any sleep, have we?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, right. Oh my god, I forgot we were in the middle of resting.
Good call.
Yeah. So yes, Tris and Jim did not get any sleep, and the other of you only got a couple hours, a nap. So if you do push on, there may be consequences.
Let's rest.
Backtracking.
To-
Finish our rest.
Okay, yeah. So second watch, I believe, was yes, court. Okay,
Yep.
Great. Yeah. So you can settle down for, I'm presuming, to finish your long rest. Jim and Triss can take short rest actions at this time if they wish to. Court, I am going to need you to give me a finesse roll, please.
Would this be something I could do with an advantage because of being dark?
Yes, you can, because it is dark and you are your ability.
That'll be a 15 with hope.
Great. Take your hope. So you, throughout your watch, manage to keep pretty still. And since everybody else is sleeping and kind of in rest mode, they're not like generating a lot of heat or activity. So your watch passes pretty much without incident. The mists swirl and push in ways that make you a little uncomfortable. It's not natural, or at least it doesn't feel natural. But nothing else seems to form throughout the duration of your watch. And you can feel free to wake up the last members of your party for their watch.
We think they got woke up too much, and we'll just stay on it and let them sleep through it.
Okay. Yeah, so give me, let's see. Give me either a presence roll or a strength roll, because you're staying up without getting a full rest.
Okay.
Because there's no constitution in this game. So it's either your force of will, your personality, or your bodily strength.
Okay. That'd be a 12 fear.
Yeah. So you push through the night because, you're worried about your friends and you want them to get a full rest. You will take a stress, because I'm going to give you a stress for staying up instead of me taking a fear.
Sure.
Yeah, so you will take a stress from staying up throughout the night. But the watches is finished, and the other 4 of you can take a long rest. Choose your 2 choices from your long rest. It will say, just because you had the fight, you cannot use the work on a project downtime ability for this long rest. You can use one of the other 4, though.
Said we could do 2 of them?
Mm-hmm. You can still do 2 of them, you just can't do the work on a project.
Cool.
Is
Jim
anyone
is
else?
I was just gonna say, Jim is in pretty good shape, so I could easily tend to the wounds or repair the armor of other folks if that would be helpful.
Or
So
if
if
you
you
want
want to repair my armor, then I can prep and take another hope.
I'll work on your armor.
Excellent.
you're preparing.
Yeah, so that means that I clear stress and prepare, so that gains me a hope.
So what if
If that
I
is-
prepare with you and you get 2 hope instead?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Jim, are you also preparing?
Sure, there's no one who needs healing.
I don't think anybody took any hit points from that battle, so. Grace, are you, I guessing, clearing stress and preparing?
I'm fixing my armor and
Ah.
clearing stress.
Beautiful. Yeah. So, Court, you can feel free to wake the rest of your group up as the darkness starts to become just dimness instead.
Cord will sneak over to Knots first. And Gooser.
What's going on?
We think it's morning.
Well, time must work differently here, because my shift was supposed to start at, around this time in the evening, and if it's morning already, then we're in the... time is going faster. We gotta keep track of that, because if time's going faster here, then we're aging faster than our friends back home, and therefore we might be old people by the time we get out of here.
Oh, we agree. We are shriveling away. Cord will try to make himself look smaller.
You are? Oh my gosh, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you're starting to look horrible.
We don't live long.
What? I didn't even know that. Are you good? Maybe is there
Maybe we will die in here.
what if, let's see,
We only got a
mushrooms.
few weeks.
Mushrooms. You eat garbage and compost and refuse and stuff, right? So if I save my poop for you, will that help you? If I did Kabuna's poop and your poop and my poop, and I'll just make sure that I'm feeding you more often so you don't dribble up and die?
Maybe.
I think it's far too early to be talking about poop.
Oh, hey, good morning. We gotta hurry though, because we're all aging faster, and apparently some girls don't live very long. So Court's gonna die.
Has Court purposely made himself look older? Is that what's going on here?
Court doesn't look older, but they're sucking it in to make themselves look smaller.
Oh yeah, look at him. He's wasting away. Come on.
They're all like you refreshed though. Can you?
Trot over to Tris.
Jim heads over to Knots and sort of stoops down. Is this a wrinkle?
I didn't know that you were any wrinkles on your metal head. This is the worst thing ever.
And I'm
starting to
dumping
get
out my
gray hairs.
bag. I'm dumping out my bag. If you could,
No, save your poops and put them in here. Record to eat later. That'd be great.
I don't know what's happening. And I just keep packing up my stuff, and then I just start walking. I'm not saying anything.
Please, no one shit in the goblin's bag.
I mean, that's where I'm gonna put my poop and Jaboon's poop. If you have your own poop bag, that's fine.
No, please don't shit in your own bag.
I'm just picturing the title of this episode. Please don't shit in the goblin's bag.
I promise you by all the gods above and below, that is not our best option right now.
No poop bags.
Or at least, if you have another container to poop in so that Court can eat it later, that's great.
We have other
Court's
things that
messing with
Court
you.
We
You
would
hear
do
off in the
that.
distance because Grace has walked away.
Cord will waddle over to Tris and start climbing up.
Mhm. Give him a lift up onto my shoulder.
Absolutely. Are you guys following Grace out into
Yes.
the mist? Awesome. So this feels like a wonderful time to also use a new mechanic that they introduced called the group action roll. They actually made a mechanic for this. So I imagine that you're going to have Grace leading the party. So Grace will make the instinct roll, but each of you will also make an instinct roll. And if it beats the DC, it'll add a +1 to her roll. And if it's lower than the DC, it'll add a -1 to her roll. So.
Do I also
Do-
add my I know places?
Yes, you may. If anybody else wants to add anything, they are more than welcome. You can also choose to opt out of the group roll and spend a hope to just give her advantage. That is a choice you can make. Yeah, spend your hope for your experiences if you want to beforehand. Otherwise, make your roll. The DC is a DC 15.
I do not assist.
Jim rolled a 14 with hope.
So I'm
You can
using
take-
hope for my experience, right?
Yes. Jim, you can take the hope, but that's 2 minus 1, so that's a -2 to her roll so far. What did Triss and Knots get?
I was not paying attention.
I think I'm
Too
gonna help.
distracted by the screen title.
Yeah, you
Mine
can
was-
you can spend a hope, and then you would roll your hope dice, and she can choose that one or her own hope dice. Triss,
Are we adding anything to this?
it's your instinct.
Instinct. Okay, I've got a +0. Does anyone want help?
I mean, you can
Okay.
spend a hope to help her as well, in which case you and Jeremy would both roll your hope dice, and then she gets to choose between either her hope, Jeremy's hope, or your hope, whichever
do
of the
that.
3 she wants to do.
Alright, I'll spend a hope to help.
My
So,
hope's
Jeremy, what
pretty
did you roll on your hope?
I got a 12.
Oh, what did
Nice.
you roll on your hope? Because potentially it could be a crit for wherever her fear is. So, what did you roll on your hope, Lauren?
Ooh.
A 2.
No way.
Is that a crit?
I critted!
Oh, nice.
I critted on both!
Awesome.
Because I rolled a 12 on hope and a 2 on fear.
Oh my god.
Well, you would take the 2 because you have to choose between the hopes. You don't get to like match the hopes. You're still
Damn it.
matching to the fear. But you rolled a 2, so you do get a crit, which means that yes,
Hey.
Maggie, you can take a hope and clear stress.
Yay! Oh, they cleared all my
Yeah.
stress.
Yes. But yeah, you succeed as you very easily manage to kind of ignore the voice and the feeling in the back of your head and move forward in the direction that you know you're supposed to go to get to the Wailing City. However, the other 4, this is going to be a reaction roll. I need the 4 of you to make a presence roll. You are trying to beat a 14.
What is the thing we're trying to beat with our presence?
You believe it's the feeling, but you don't know yet. This is a reaction roll. It's happening in the moment.
Okay, I'm wondering if I can apply my indomitable spirit experience.
Absolutely, you can.
Can I
Can I? You go.
give advantage to whoever has a low roll?
Well, you'd have to give advantage before you know what they roll.
Okay.
But you
Never
can
mind.
give advantage to someone.
Who has
could pick a
really
person.
low? Who has really low presence?
Can I use my large unit charge? Spend a hope to add that to my presence roll.
Yes, you may.
Sick.
I
I
don't
have
think
0.
Knots has a good. Yes.
Yeah, I have a 0
Okay,
presence.
I will give you advantage. So it's 1 hope for it.
Yep. And you
Oh,
roll
that's right.
and you roll your hope dice, and he can choose between the 2.
Oh,
Jim got a 19 with hope. Now remind me, on a reaction, do I take the hope?
No, you don't take the hope on a reaction.
We got a 23 fear.
Okay. Well, I also don't get fear on a reaction, so. Lauren.
Is it 14 exactly with my experience with fear?
Yay! And Maggie, what did you roll on your hope dice?
I rolled a 6.
Is that for my advantage, or is that?
Yeah. So you can
Okay.
choose her 6 or whatever your hope dice was.
So I'd have to take mine, but I'm still gonna only end up with a 13 on that.
Okay. Can you also roll 1 for Kavoon?
Oh, yeah.
please?
Do I have the same?
I believe with Kavoon, it's still just all instinct rolls, but let me double check on you.
I mean, that would give Kavoon a. I get the same thing as myself, but with the +2, that would be a 15 for Kavoon. If he has to use my presence, then. Oops.
Oh, he has to use your spellcast, which is agility. So he gets to add his agility.
Also,
Your
too.
agility.
So that is 15.
And I think
Awesome.
I want to use one of my prayer dice to boost knots.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
You can do that.
take a +3 for one of my prayer dice.
16. Thanks.
So as Grace is leading you through this misty, creepy area, the trees start to fall away. You're no longer in like a forested area, but you can't really see anything in front of you. It's only Grace's innate sense of direction with like the vague directionality of light that you have that is keeping you on track. But the further and further you push forward, the more and more this feeling starts gripping onto the back of your neck, just tingling there, telling you, you don't want to be here. Turn around. You're gonna die. It's inevitable. But somehow you manage to push through and keep continuing forward and keep moving forward, step by step by step. You're not sure how much time has passed. Just one step in front of the other. Now I'm gonna need another reaction presence roll. This time from all 5 of you. And it's gonna be a 16 DC this time.
Do I add all my special stuff to my roll, or is it just
What do you mean all of your special stuff?
like my I know places?
No, this is a presence roll. This is to fight off the feeling that's growing larger and larger.
So that's 22 for Kavoon
Nice.
and 8 for Knots.
Okay.
19 for Jim.
Okay.
10 for Court.
Okay.
Oh, great.
17 for Triss.
Okay.
14. No. 13 for Grace.
You added your presence to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
With
so
hope.
I mean that does hope and fear doesn't matter because it's
Yeah.
a reaction roll. You're pushing forward through the mist. Grace is leading your group. But Grace almost, without her knowledge, starts veering off course. And Kavoon notices almost immediately, but before he can attempt to try and help her, Knots has jumped off of Kavoon's back and is currently starting to run away.
Yeah, so I like have been like messing with my hair, and I look down at it, and I'm like,
Well, it's all away. I'm getting old.
and I jump off and run away. My hair has always been white, but that's not the point.
Yeah, and Tress, you kind of notice this. You get the feeling that she's drifting off course, but then you feel Court climbing down the back of like your armor and stuff, as if to move away. They have not made it off of you yet, but they're like moving from their position on your shoulder down to try and leave.
I turn around. Is it like everyone's affected, or is it just are Jim and Kavoon still like seemingly okay?
Jim and Kavoon look fine. Triss has started veering off, isn't fully running away. Knots is fully running away, but it looks like Kavoon is about to chase.
Mm-hmm.
And Court is like trying to climb off of you.
I think she goes,
We need to go that way.
no, we don't. It's the mist. Kavoon, get Knots. Jim, you might not need to help him. And I'm gonna reach out and then just like take like Grace by the shoulder and sort of just drag her back and be like, "We're fine. It's the mist. Keep us on track."
Court, this miss is wrong. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. This is bad. I need Jeremy to make a agility roll for Kavoon to try and catch Knots. Then I need Knots against Knots evasion. So they're trying to hit Knots evasion with their agility roll.
I was shooting these down. Oh my god, I'm scared. I can't handle this. Please let me go. I can't do this.
Yeah, Kavoon totally got me by 2 with fear.
Oh, yeah. So Kavoon will take 1 stress from that. But you're currently being held like a baby cat in Kavoon's jaws. You can't reach the ground, you're just being carried.
Kavoon has a lot more stress than he used to have. I didn't notice that.
They super updated it.
Nice.
You can't. Sorry, Triss. What did you say to Grace?
We're fine. It's the mist. Keep us on the right path.
Grace, you can give me another presence roll. If you wish to, you can spend a hope to give her advantage, Triss.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna ask too. Can you use your experience bonuses on other people's, add them to other people's rolls, or is it just for your own? Okay.
Just for
I'll
your own.
I'll spend a hope to give her advantage.
I will say, Court, I do need you to give me a finesse roll as you try to disappear.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought I had a hand on him. Damn it.
Can I add New Year's Day because it triggers a memory of her
not in this moment, because
Okay.
it's technically a reaction roll. You're getting the advantage because she's initiating it, but
No.
what did you roll? What did Lauren roll on the hope?
Oh, hold on. That's a 3.
And what was your fear?
My fear?
Yeah, what was your fear?
It was a 2.
Oh, and what was your hope?
It was a 4.
Jesus.
Well, you could take you could take a hope in this instance. You could take a hope, but yeah, Grace
I'm
looks
done.
at you with glazed eyes and just keeps moving off, tries to move out from under you. If you want to try and keep her there, you can, but she's gonna just start moving, continuing slightly off course. Jim, would you like to do anything? 1 second.
I think Jim sees Court sort of trying to peace out, and he's just going to call after him. Cortinarius, where are you going? We need you. We can't do this without you.
We need to check out that. As he rolls 18 on agility.
On finesse?
Or finesse, sorry.
Brilliant. I will say,
With hope.
You can make another presence roll, and Jim, if you want to spend a hope to give him advantage, you can.
Absolutely, I will.
So you can roll a hope, and then you can choose Cortinarius between Jim's hope or your own.
Well, my hope's a 3.
And then, hold on. I'm having difficulty making this roll. Okay, there we go. My hope is a 10.
Hey.
Okay. So that'd be a 19 with hope then.
Yeah, so you can take the hope. And as you see Court like disappears into the mist, but Court, those words are ringing in your head, and it manages to break the hold. That feeling is still there, but the immediacy and the need to leave has left you. Triss, are you trying to keep Grace there?
Triss has never been known for her subtlety. She's just gonna, like, pick Grace up underneath her arm. I got, like, 6 feet on her. Or, not 6, but, like, 5 feet on her.
Yes.
So.
I will say you still need to make a strength roll that against her evasion.
Okay.
Probably beat it.
That is a 16.
Yeah, you beat it.
With hope.
You can take the hope.
Cool.
And you are fully carrying Grace. Yep.
Kavoon scoop Grace up, turn around, see Kavoon has not... do I see Court?
You do not see Court yet. However, Court, that feeling has left you, so you can reveal yourself if you wish to.
Court, buddy, where'd you go?
We are over here.
It's alright.
Big small friend is right.
We're gonna be fine, it's just mist. Come on.
We can do it.
So?
Anything not
carrying Grace part of my shoulder, just marching on forward.
Yes, I will say, Knots, I need you to give me an agility roll to try and break out of Kavoon's grasp.
Okay. Do I need to roll against?
You're muted. At least to us.
Sorry.
Of course.
Do I need to roll against Kavoon or just roll and you're setting the DC?
It's just I'm setting a DC.
Okay, cool. Well, that is a Wait, you said agility?
Yes.
15 with hope.
Yes. So take your hope.
Okay.
You manage as you're like flailing in your panic to like elbow like Kavoon like right in the jaw joint. Like as you just wildly swing it back and you are dropped. And Nods starts running again.
Friend, let's catch Knots real quick.
Okay. I'm just gonna start. I will carry everybody to this goddamn city.
I think Jim also sets off in hot pursuit, knowing that Triss is somewhat encumbered.
Nah, it's fine.
Yes. So I will say, yes, Triss, you could give me a strength roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
Jim, you can give me a strength roll. You can also have Kavoon give me another agility check. All these people trying to catch Knots as Knots
Disadvantage
scampers
is the
away.
same.
Critical.
Disadvantage is you roll 2 hope and you take the lower of the 2 hope.
Okay.
When
Jim
we get
a 21 with hope.
What did Kavoon get?
Critical. 2 4s.
Hey. That's good because I got 6 total.
I feel like
With-
Jim and Kavoon just like sandwich.
With fear, because my hope was a 1
Oh.
and my fear was a 2.
Kavoon can clear their stress though, because they critted.
Nice.
And you can take a hope because Kavoon critted, and Kavoon doesn't have their own hope pool. Yeah, Kavoon fully, like, you take like 3 steps and Kavoon has snatched you, but Jim is there very quickly and kind of just so you can't wiggle because Kavoon can't really do that. So just takes you from Kavoon and is just like, no.
Jimmy, and you swear that Kavoon has a look on his face as he's staring at Knots?
I will say, Knots, you can give me a presence roll
Can I,
to
though?
try and break out of this.
Can I, though?
Can I-
16. It's a 16.
Can I kneel down in front of Jim and Knots and be like, "Come on, girl, pull yourself together." To
You wanna
give
give
advantage, yes.
Okay.
You can. Multiple people can give advantage if they want to.
Well, while Knights is being held, a shadow of Court sneaks up behind his shadow and like puts it in a stranglehold. So I'm going to try to use Shadow Bind on him so he can't run
Absolutely. I think you have to make a spellcast roll. Do you have to make a spellcast roll?
Gee.
off. That'd be an 11 with hope. So that's probably not going to hit your evasion.
Is that my evasion?
Yeah, it's because he's trying to hit you.
Does not hit my evasion. What is your hope roll for the advantage?
11.
Perfect. That's a 19.
Yeah, Knots, you're grasped by Jim with a kneeling Triss in front of you, who's currently holding a very glazed over Grace. As some shadows come out to try and like grasp you, you realize, oh, it was just the feeling. My bad.
But the feeling is so strong and I don't like it. And we should really hurry. Wait, hang on a sec.
And
We're strong too.
I'm gonna kneel down and like push my hands into. Is the earth here like earthy or grassy or muddy?
Yeah, very much like, like plains when they, after like a long rain, like when they get kind of like all soggy and squishy. It's kind of like that.
Okay, so I'll just like sink my fingers into that and focus, and I am going to spend a hope to summon a small nature spirit to hang out with. I'm going to spend 2 hope so that this one flies.
Yeah.
To try and have it like help us get through this. Like, it's from here, so it should know.
Yeah. Grace is still glazed over. The effect on her, just because of the personality, is not to like run away in fear. She's more shriveling in on herself as she's held by Triss. But the
Myrtle
rest of your
take
party
Jim's
is
hand and
okay.
lead her over to Grace. You give her a hug. We like your fur. Feels good.
I'm not sure what kind of like spirit would come out of this, like nature spirit would come out of this place. Hopefully nothing like horribly scary.
Do you want me to choose, or you can choose?
Who made this place?
Well, this place that you're currently in, right? Well, Maggie, the player, did.
Yeah.
But
So
You're
Maggie,
not in the Wailing City yet. You're still
Okay.
just kind of on the outside area.
so Maggie, what do you
So
think
you can ask Maggie to do it too.
a spirit that would, like a little nature spirit would look like from around here?
So I feel like it would be kind of like a wood sprite, but kind of like a Laudna-esque wood sprite. Oh, that's very demented and decaying and dead and like kind of reeks of like it reeks of rotting wood, and it has that like I want to say like pate-esque personality.
So,
But like
What do you want? Why did you bring me here?
Can you hang out with my friend Grace and keep her safe and watch over her and help her out?
Which
to
one's
be safe?
Grace?
This one. I know we're all Grace. It's okay. I know that this place sucks and we're all probably gonna die, but my little friend here is gonna
She's
keep out.
pretty. She's pretty.
See, this
This
this fellow is nice.
You want me to hang out with her?
I'm having
Yeah.
flashbacks to cricket.
Yeah, but be polite.
Well, you got like two choices. I'm either with her or I'm polite. I can do one thing at a time.
Or you be with her and I make you be polite.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're big, but you're pretty too.
Pretty big.
Pretty.
Yeah, pretty big.
They just fly over and they're just kind of fluttering around Triss's arm and the blank-eyed Grace.
Are we good?
What? I'm here.
Yeah, not you. Everyone good?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, you start feeling like that again, you come to me. Let's go.
Is
You
doing
okay,
anything
friend?
about
He looks at Grace.
I'm
Gives
just
her like a little
silent.
small knee hug.
I'm just silent and not moving because I've one trapped in Triss's arms. Two,
Yeah.
again, I'm internally freaking out, but trying not to show it to anyone else.
We help each other. None of us is here alone.
Yes. So, when Court comes up and like kind of hugs at your knees that are hanging out from how you're being grasped by Triss, that feeling connects you for a moment. So you can give me a presence roll. 16.
We help you,
Nope.
friend. Have advantage.
Nope. Mm-mm.
So you can roll your hope dice, and you can choose between your hope or his hope.
You better roll above.
I got a
You got
10.
a 10. It's at 16.
What'd you roll?
Please. New Year's Day would help so much in this situation.
I'm sorry, you can't. Not in this situation.
I got a 15.
No.
Can
You can still take the hope.
Okay.
Jeremy.
Oh, I was just going to see if I could do a. So I have to do a spellcast roll to command the thing to do simple tasks. Is helping Grace, like giving moral support, a simple task to like give hope, or
I mean, you can spend hope and then flavor it that you're telling the
totally?
person to do
Yeah, I'm
it.
100% down with that.
Absolutely. You can
All
do
right.
that.
Well.
So let me spend a hope here. Bloop. And I also have to do the spellcast roll to do it first. Oh, that's
We'll say you're trying to beat her evasion because you're doing it against her. So
okay. So that would be numbers are hard. 18.
You beat my evasion.
Excellent. So then the hope is...
Was that with hope or fear?
That was with hope.
Beautiful. You can take your hope back.
Bloop. Thanks. Sorry, I got an 8 on my hope die. What did you get on yours?
Me?
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Does that extra 2 bump you over?
No, because
No.
Yeah.
That would put me at a 13.
Ooh.
Sorry, I
Grace
tried.
is
You're
Grace is secure, but Grace is still
Catatonic.
glazed and fully just inside her own mind, filled with fear right now. But you guys can continue to try and push forward if you wish.
All right.
Your friend, can we ask it questions? Does your friend know this place?
Oh, I mean, it lives here. Maybe. He doesn't really seem... Or it? A she? I don't know, it's hard to tell sometimes. It doesn't really, seem all that friendly, but we could try.
A shot.
Also, if you want to, you could,
Grace is human, right?
Yeah.
You
could put Grace on Kaboon on the saddle. We could, strap her to the saddle if you don't want to carry Grace.
I'm fine carrying her.
Okay, just saying. Hey little fella, what's your name?
Mine it, you ask now?
Well, yeah, I'm, sorry, I've been busy, and, I thought I saw something over there, and so I just, had to check it out before.
My name is Zardock.
Dardock?
Zardock.
Sorry, Zardock. So Zardock, do you come here often?
No! You literally brought me into being.
Oh, okay. Alright, I don't think that we're gonna get really the best information out of Zardock. Good to see you, Zardock.
Are you calling me an idiot?
No, I'm just saying, do you know this area very well? You come
Well, what do
here.
you want to know? I mean, you brought me into being formed
Oh.
from this area, so maybe I know something.
Maybe Zardock does know something. What do you want to ask it?
Can you lead us to the city?
Oh no, I can't do that.
Have you seen bandits?
No, I literally was just formed into being. All I've seen is you.
Alright, this is going great.
Any other questions?
You created it, Knots.
I'm a little scared of him. He's kind of grumpy. I think I'm just gonna walk over here next to Kaboon, and, you ask all the questions you like.
Smells like home.
I smell like. Oh, that's real nice. But are you guys gonna try and continue forward?
Who had good... It was instinct that Grace was using, right?
Yes.
Anyone have
I
good
was using-
instinct?
I have +2 instinct, and I have a special feat.
I actually do have +2 instinct.
I got a 0. So someone else might want to.
Are you looking for someone to navigate? Sure, I'll give it a shot. I also have a tracker as an experience. May I use that to roll into it?
Sure.
Okay.
So yeah, give me an instinct roll to try and put you guys back on the path towards the city.
That is a 19 with fear.
Okay, we'll take that fear.
Cord will whisper to Grace as we're being carried. Come on, Grace. We need you. We're following Knots.
Grace, you could give me another presence roll. 16. If you don't get it on this one, the DC is going to start going up.
I'll also spend a hope to assist.
Okay, roll your
We
hope
think
dice.
you need to lead us. We think you smartest.
You know, I was going to spend a hope to help until you said that.
Wow.
That would be another 10.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the DC?
16.
Hold on. I got 15!
Yeah.
With hope, I'm guessing?
No.
You could take the hope and what did you roll on your instinct roll? Sorry. Jeremy.
Oh, Schneike's 19 with fear?
Right. Yeah, Knots starts confidently leading the group, and you guys are about like 5 minutes into following Knots when Cortinarius says this to Grace. And you hearing that Knots is leading the group like breaks you out of your catatonic state with like
I just started laughing. I just started laughing. That's what happens. I'm like, of course not starts leading.
Looks like this spot over here, if we just, head this way, we should be fine.
Do you want me to take over?
Oh,
Welcome
hey.
back. Set her down.
I mean, you do have the benefit of height. You can see much farther than I can. But
do you want to sit on my shoulders?
I wouldn't say no to that.
I pick her up and I put her on my shoulders with my -1 strength.
Easily enough. Like, look, even not strong adults can put toddlers on their shoulders. Like, it's easy enough.
Kidding, I've seen for miles.
You can see the same amount because the mist.
Completely different perspective.
You are almost at Triss's shoulder now, though. Almost.
One day.
Like right here.
Yeah, like right here. Yeah, but I mean, Knots has pointed you all in a direction. Grace, it seems to be the correct direction to your knowledge. And you guys continue pushing forward. How are you guys trying to approach this city as you move closer? Quietly,
Marketing,
you're just
apparently.
gonna go right in. What are you trying to do?
With marketing, apparently. That's all we did.
When, will we be able to see when we're getting, to the city, or is it just going to be like, whoa, we're in the city?
You are not sure.
Okay.
But based on the rolls that Grace has made and the fact that you've looked at a map, you have a general idea of how long it would take to get there based on how fast you're traveling. But so far, visually on what you've seen, you think it's just gonna appear in front of you.
Okay. So
because you've only had about the 30 feet of vision with the mist.
So I'm going to, while riding along, suggest.
So I know he's kind of cranky. But what if, I can see through Zarok's eyes, while he's here? But, I gotta have the focus to do that. And I'd rather not, as long as, until we get there,
Do you want me to take over while you're looking through his eyes?
Well, if I could just stay up here, and then when we're there, I can, look through his eyes and have him fly up above the city, so we can scope it out before going in?
A scout wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
But then, if someone shoots him down or whatever, let's go back to being part of the Earth, which is what he was to begin with.
Point of order. He was ordered to look after me, so he's probably right next to me.
He's literally right.
I'm just
Next to you, he's
whispering
like-
this.
Hey, this thing.
Look! You brought me here.
Right.
What do you want from me? Why are you so upset? You brought me here.
No, I'm not upset. This is just a new experience for me because I haven't really practiced.
You don't like me?
Oh,
None of it is new.
you're great.
Great. I'm great. Great.
Yeah, great's good, right?
Great's great, right?
Yeah, great is great. It's better than good.
Wow.
Could you fly up above the mist and let us know if we're getting closer to the city? Please.
You're gonna have to make a smell roll to make him try to do this. I will say the DC is 12.
Well, that is a 20 with fear. So
Fine. I'll go look and see. You said fly above the mist. I'm just gonna fly above the mist. He just goes straight up.
He's
What
so
if the
starts
mist doesn't
flying.
end?
weird.
Hey, I'm gonna take that fear though.
You just
If the
feel
mist doesn't
Grace
end,
finally
will
let
he
a
come
breath
back?
out.
We don't think your friend likes you very much.
I don't think so either, and I just realized how bad he smells after you left. It's so much cleaner down here now. What if you can still hear me?
Triss,
What
what
if
were you
he's-
saying?
I was wondering if the mist ended, and if it didn't, would he come back?
That's a really good question. I can't tell him to come back. After
Oh, no.
now. It's just let's keep going, and if he finds us, he does. And if
Are
not,
you gonna
that's
are you
also
gonna mark
okay.
his chest to look through his eyes, or are you just gonna tell him ready to keep going?
right now, I'm just gonna keep going. I'll use the stress later if I feel like I really want to know what he's up to.
Okay. Fair enough. But are you guys are you guys just moving forward, or are you guys trying to approach carefully, or how are you trying to approach this this city?
Carefully and quietly is probably the way to go.
We agree.
In that case, I'm going to need a group action roll of finesse to try and keep quiet. So choose one of you to lead it, and then you can either choose to spend a hope to help, or make your own finesse roll with the hope of helping.
Court will jump
Uh,
down to try to lead us.
Okay.
I will spend a hope to help.
I do have a free advantage on moving without being heard from my Wildborn
Nice.
background. I don't know if
Yeah,
that-
then you could just roll your finesse roll with advantage, and then if you succeed on the DC, you give a +1 roll to Court,
Cool.
a +1 to his roll. Who else is rolling, and who else is helping?
Helping.
Well, I'll help.
And Jim?
Jim is rolling.
Great. So, Jeremy and Maggie roll just your hope die. Let Court know what you rolled so he could choose which one.
How dark is this mist making it, by the way?
It's perpetually considered at least dim light right now, so your stuff
Okay.
would apply.
I forgot how to number.
Jim, what did you get?
I got a 4 with hope. I don't know if this is a reaction or not.
You can take the hope, however, it is a -1 now to Court's roll. Triss, what did you get?
I got a math. 15 with hope.
Okay, you can take the hope. It is now just a straight roll because yours would have been a +1. Maggie, what did you roll on hope?
I rolled a 9.
And
Which was better
Jeremy
than
rolled
mine.
a 6.
Hmm.
So, Court, what is your roll?
That would be a 17 total with hope.
Yeah. You can take your hope, Court, and you guys start moving through quietly. And with Court in the lead, he kind of shows you where to step. And luckily, Triss is pretty quiet herself. So she doesn't need to step where Court steps, which would be almost impossible for her. But you guys manage with under Court's lead to move pretty quietly. And Grace believes, just from how you've traveled and just the way that the ground has felt beneath you guys, that you guys are probably right on the edge of the city right now. You cannot see anything that stands out at this moment, but you believe that you are right on the outskirts of this location. And thus far, unnoticed, it appears.
Is the city still seem to have the fog in it?
Yeah, you
Really?
still can only see about 30 feet in front of you, so you cannot see any buildings or ruins yet. You just believe that you are on the edge of the city. And there's this kind of this feeling in the air that it's riding that edge of the people who failed their presence role. It's riding that edge of taking over, of you need to go. You shouldn't be here. Death, dying. You'll never leave.
I know, Nuts. You already told us.
What did I do?
Keep saying we're gonna die.
Do I? I haven't even realized.
We're not gonna die.
Is it like a dirt path that we're on, or is there a road, or?
No, it's just kind of this this like mushy, watered down like plains, except that like there's none of the like grass right now. It's just kind of this mushy, soggy ground that kind of
Oh,
your feet
we like this
as
place. Other
you,
than
as you walk.
the fog.
I am going to spend a stress to take a look through Zardoc, whatever his name was, through his eyes, their eyes.
Yeah. Grace, you just like feel hands kind of clamp right over your face as he like goes blind. But you're like,
Are your nails always that sharp?
You know those like old like the sliding image toys, you know, like you'd put the little things on and click the thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like that, but it's just like comes over your eyes, and all of a sudden you're in the air. You're
I got you flying.
very far in the air. You can see just like the limitless expanse of the Broken Spine Mountains. And as you look down, there's just seems to be this perpetual foggy state that brushes up into the edge of the Broken Spine Mountains and just kind of spreads out. And you look south and you can see the bit, like a tiny bit of that broken road that cuts through the spine that you were traveling on earlier. And you look to the west and you can see the towering spires of Shield Harbor. You cannot see the Wailing City. You just see this, looks like just this cloud that's just settled and not moving.
So I
over
know
this area.
that I'm not going to be able to see this, but Knots is going to like release Grace's face and begin like waving to see if I can see myself waving.
Cannot.
What is she doing?
You know what? I stopped questioning it a long time ago. She scratched my face. Did she draw blood?
Every so
You're
often,
fine.
I'll flap my arms like I'm flying.
I think the mist drove her crazy again.
This is the weirdest experience ever.
I need Knots to give me an agility roll at disadvantage because they're flapping around while being on top of Grace.
Do I need to make a save?
It'll depend on what they roll.
Okay.
Remind me how to do disadvantage now.
You roll 2 help and take the lower.
Take the lowest,
and
right?
then put that with your fear.
All right, that is a 15 with fear.
Yeah. You you manage to not fall off, mostly because Grace is holding your legs as you like fly around, but as you're waving your arms, you just fully smack her in the eye. I need you to roll a d4.
Me?
No, not.
That's a 1.
You take 1 point of damage as you are fully just smacked in the eye by Knots.
Do you want me to take her?
Yeah.
All right, just by the collar.
You still feel
I think
this.
it's working. It's working. I think they go higher. Hang on.
This is just like,
What are you doing? You hear this in your head because you're still looking through their eyes.
I'm flapping to try to get higher.
What are you talking about? You're down there.
Right.
Man, I can't see you, but you're down there.
Right, so, does this... Here, try this.
And like I know he has no idea what I'm talking about. But now I forgot my own name.
Zardock.
I am
Knots.
I keep trying to get Zardock's body to do things by like, either thinking it or doing it.
Well, what do you want Zardock to do?
Get
And
a
then
better
you can
view,
give me
get a little higher, get a little lower. Also,
Okay,
I'm just really
give-
enjoying flying. Because, I
Yeah,
feel like
give
I'm
me a
flying.
spellcast roll to see if that'll work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just flapping around. Well,
That is amazing. That is a 12 with fear.
Yeah. Zardock doesn't move. He's just like, I'm up here. I obviously cannot see the city. What are you doing?
Oh,
And
here.
you're fully like flapping around. And you manage to, while you're flapping,
Oh,
to fully
no.
like knock Triss's hand like from where she's grasping you, and you just fall to the ground into the like mud and
Oh, I got his missed. Ah!
you're going to take 4 points of damage because I rolled a d4 and I rolled a 4
Ow.
as you splat into the ground.
I'm going to go ahead and stop paying attention when I hit the ground to our connection so that I can see what's going on.
I fell a lot farther, a lot faster than I thought I would.
Triss is
Grace
just
has,
leaning
like,
over
a
you.
Big, like, bright red spot that is slowly darkening into a bruise by their eye.
Oh, Grace!
And like scratches.
You all should have told me we were being attacked.
You
I
could
didn't
have
even
fallen off
know.
Tristan's shoulders.
I
I couldn't even see
she
Trish
fell
from...
She's fine.
We think you hurt her.
Who?
You.
I stare at Grace for a long moment, and it is kind of like watching the sun rise as realization dawns on my face.
She
I'm sorry.
So, I'm gonna say, because you guys have, well, specifically Knots, has been making quite a lot of noise.
What?
Oh no.
That we're gonna go to break.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Night, Stacy.
My crying made my eyes tear up. All right. Well, then we will.
Oh,
be
weird.
back.
That's how crying works.
I know, right? We'll be back in 5 minutes or so. We'll see you then. Welcome back, everybody. That was it. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So last we left off when we went on break, our beautiful group of adventurers had been making quite the racket on
You
the
say
edge
group,
of this.
but that's so polite. Thank you for blaming
On
some
the
of it on
edge
them.
of this supposed stronghold for a potential den of thieves. Also, a place with weird magic, maybe? I mean, there were some like ghosts that just attacked you the other night. But barring all of that, they are currently in the middle of bickering with each other when two figures out of nowhere. What just moved on the map? Sorry. Did somebody?
Oh.
I'm gonna delete that.
Okay. Sorry, that was me.
It was a tiny giant.
It's a pot of gold that
tiny
has
giant.
appeared.
These two figures just spear out of the mist, one heading for Jim, and the other heading for Knots, who is making all of the noise. They just come out of the mist, so I'm spinning a fear to do their two actions. They do get advantage because they were hidden from the both of you. So this is for Jim. Those were 2 nat 19s. So pretty sure that hits. Yeah,
Yep,
it's
that
going to be a
hits my evasion.
modified 20. So that is going to be 11 points of physical damage to Jim.
All right,
then-
and I will spend 1 armor slot to take that down to the minor threshold.
Wonderful. So you'll take 1 hit point. And I think that's gonna miss. That is a 6 for Knots.
That will miss. That was with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 and a 5.
Oh.
Ooh.
Thanks, Dice.
So this small like halfling figure darts out of the mist and just comes up to swipe at you, Knots. How do you react?
So I think I'm because I'm still kind of like coming out of my daze from flying, and so it's kind of like a knee-jerk reaction where as they swipe towards me, I just kind of like lean back.
Oh, holy crap, what is this?
Yeah, and so this dagger comes out and it just barely like misses your neck. And you glance behind you And there's another figure that has fully just sunk their blade into the back, still fleshy part of Jim.
Not the
But
fleshy
before-
part.
But before you guys have the chance to react, on the edge of your vision in the direction that you were going to go, two other figures appear out of the mist, both shooting these like purplish black beams of light towards Triss.
Good.
Stupid Zardox, why didn't you warn us about these?
Does a 12 hit?
Yes.
Okay, and the other one is higher. So that will be 15 points of magic damage.
Alright. I will spend a armor slot to take that down below my major threshold, so that should mean
1 hit point.
1 hit point. Okay.
And you are also cursed, which
Damn it.
means that any rolls you make with hope, they can mark a stress to make it with fear instead. And I spent another fear to activate those two. But we are in combat. 4 figures have appeared. 2 of them have come rushed up out of nowhere, daggers in hand, catching at the back of your group, while beams of this purplish black light have spiraled out of these shadowed figures just on the edge of your foggy vision, smacking into Triss, leaving this small, pulsing purple glow of an outline around her. What would you like to do?
Am I within melee of anyone?
Not currently, but you could easily move into melee with either of the 2 people that jumped Knots / Jim.
I'm gonna go to the one that jumped Knots. And pull out my improved rapier
Yeah.
and attack it.
Go for it.
Okay. That is a 19 to hit.
A hit? With what?
With hope.
You can take your hope.
Yay! 2d8. That's 5 points damage.
Alrighty.
I rolled 1s. And then it says on this rapier, quick, mark a stress to an attack an additional target. Can I instead use that to do a second attack? On this?
No. So
Okay.
what that would mean is if you mark a stress, so let's say that you had 2 enemies in melee, then you would get to do 2 full attacks on both of them because they're right there, but since only one of them's in melee with you, there would be no reason for you to use it.
Cool.
So Grace strikes out at the one that came up at Knots as Knots like flings themselves backwards. Grace appears and just sinks their rapier up into them, and they let up. Who else wants to react in this moment?
I think Jim turns to face the figure who's just stabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says,
Is that how you say hello? Then let's get to know each other.
and his wings unfold, and I'll spend 2 hope instead of 1 to pick up and carry another creature that is approximately my size or smaller. And I fly up into the sky carrying this figure with me.
So I'm gonna need you to give me a strength check to see if you can pick him up and, grapple him up and take him up.
All right. Can I use my experience in applied force for this?
Yes, you can spend a hope to add your experience.
All right. That comes out to a 26 with fear.
Yeah, so you fully lift them up. You get, about 30 feet, close range up. You can barely still see the rest of your group and the ground. The the person that you're holding, though, moves and just goes to stab you again while you're holding them. Does a 11 hit?
Yes, an 11 hits.
Okay, so it's 11 points of physical damage as they sink their other dagger. One of them is still kind of jammed in your shoulder because you turned around, but their other one just sinks right in between, like a split in your armor, and just.
I'll take another armor slot to take that down to the minor threshold.
Yeah. And then I still have one other action that I get to do. And so the one that is in front of Grace, that she just speared with her rapier, pushes themselves off of the rapier and disappears into the mist. They are no longer visible to you. But, Jim, you are carrying this guy in the air. I mean, you have a dagger in your gut, but carrying it in the air, there's still the two figures that shot out bolts of lightning at Triss. Triss, Knots, or Court, would you like to do anything?
I'm charging one of the magic users. Court, you come with me? Or you want to hop off? You're muted.
Oh yeah, sorry, no. Court's along for the ride as usual.
Yeah, just charging
The top one or
the
the
top
bottom
magic
one?
user.
Yeah.
Gonna go into Unstoppable.
Yes,
now
does
it's
that
D6.
cost an action?
Doesn't seem like it.
If it doesn't say it, then it doesn't. I'm just double checking because they have
It
changed.
just says,
the
once for long
wording.
rest, you can become unstoppable.
Okay. Yeah. You are unstoppable.
Sick. Let's ride. Yeah. Going to wail into this guy with my axe. So let's do this. They changed unstoppable, so I'm trying to see. Oh. Okay.
It didn't change much besides your being able to apply extra to your armor score. That's the only thing that changed.
I'm just making sure. I just learned how to play.
Besides restrained / vulnerable, you can no longer become.
Okay. Not great. That is math 11, but with hope.
You can take the hope, but you're striking out with your battle axe?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you strike out with your battle axe, they throw up a shield of that same, like, shimmering purpley black energy, and it just glances off to the side, and then they fully, their hands are here, and they pull them and push them out, and this wave of magic pushes into both you and Court.
Oh no.
Does a 7 hit?
Hits me, yeah.
Court?
No.
Okay, Court, you managed to
Hide
can-
behind Triss.
Yes, hide behind Triss as this field of magic brushes across. That is 6 points of magic damage to you.
I'll mark a stress to just not take anything.
Yeah, go for it. Were you marking a stress to use an armor slot to
Yes.
put it below
Right.
0? Okay. I was just making sure that you weren't
Yeah.
doing something else that I didn't know.
No,
But yes,
that's
this wave of magic pushes through you, but you manage to brace your armor slots in front of you, and it just pushes it out to the side, preventing the magic from hitting either you or Cortinarius.
Mm-hmm.
Court,
We thank you,
Knox,
friend.
Anybody else?
Yeah, no problem.
Cord will slide down, almost like, fire pole, slide down, and then get next to the mage and try to stab it. And
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and spend a hope to add some extra sneak damage to it.
absolutely.
So 15 hope.
Hits. Take your hope.
Uh, 22 points of physical damage as he stabs her with his little thorn.
Okay. Let me mark that off. The little thorn sinks into it, but then this sporiness just starts to take over their leg until it's covering almost 3/4 of their body, and they just look like they're being overcome with a fast growing fungus. Anybody else?
Kavoon reaches down with his face, grabs Knots, and throws her onto his back. I am
sorry not. We could use about this some monsters or something that's coming out of the mist.
and while I'm doing that, I reach into my pocket and I pull out one of those jarred bugs that I found the other night, and I whisper into it and I open it up and it climbs out, and it's a little beetle, and it starts to multiply and crawls over me and covers a large portion of me in little beetles so that I can have Takara armored beetles from Conjure Swarm.
Does this cost an action?
You know, I was going to say I assume so, but it says nothing about an action.
Then it doesn't.
Huh. Okay. It does cost an armor slot, so I've marked that.
Yeah, you're fully covered in beetles, sitting on the back of Kavoon right now.
What would this combo move look like, I ask?
To who?
We're right, me, because I'm right next to him. I didn't want to interrupt what he was saying.
No word. I mean, I still have stuff to do, so what would you like to do?
Because I have Unleash Chaos, and I was going to say, do you want to unleash bugs, and I can unleash chaos at the same time, and we can form it into a cool magical thing.
Absolutely. So
are you initiating this, Grace?
Yes, because I have a shit ton of hope.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you can spend the 3 hope, and please, Knots, Grace, what does this combo move look like that you're attempting as you start it? What are you trying, and who are you trying to attack?
I'm gonna turn to Knots and say, "You pick the target, and I'll aim."
I get this like look of glee in my eyes, and I'm going to like turn towards. Let me just check the map here. So we can only currently see 3 people, correct?
Yes. Triss and Cortinarius can see like 4 others
Okay.
that they saw when they ran up into the up to the target.
So are the casters in close range to me where I'm at?
Yes.
Okay. Then because all 3 of them are in close, I will I just say
Do your thing.
to Grace, and as you release your magic, you can describe that part, and essentially it like enhances the bugs which begin to fly off and catch on fire, duplicating the fireflies that I did the other night, which I'm going to spend hope to do, dealing damage to all 3 of those. I don't know what.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the thought anyway.
I need to be within far range for Unleash Chaos.
Yeah. They're all within close. You can also only see people that are within close right now because of the fog.
Is that going to cause... Can I use Unleash Chaos?
Yeah, as long as it's
Okay.
within closer range than
Okay.
far, you
Okay.
can use it. You could
Okay.
use Unleash Chaos in melee, very close, close, and far. You just
Okay.
can't use it in
Okay.
very far.
Sorry, wording is very precise, so I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, as
So-
long as the range is lower than whatever the range is, you can use it.
So I'm going to stick my hand out and say, "This is why we can't have nice things," as black snakes shoot out of my hand.
Nice.
And it's a little bit more than what you... Shut up, Siri. It's more than what you normally see.
All right, so please, both of you, roll your duality dice.
So I've never done this before. Can you tell me what that is?
You roll your normal roll with whatever your attack would be, which is spellcast, so with agility for you.
Perfect.
I got a 14
With
hope.
I got
Jeremy.
2 3s. I saw the 3 and I'm just like, oh, that sucks. And then I saw the other 3 and I'm like, that sucks too. Oh, wait, that's a good thing.
Yes. So pretty sure you're going to want to take the critical success. So Jeremy, you can take a hope and clear a stress. Yeah, so Jeremy, you're going to roll your 2d8.
Okay.
And Maggie, you're going to roll your 2d10. And then we will add 36 to whatever you roll. And that will happen to all 3 enemies that you can see.
Oh, whoa.
Go for it.
Hell yeah. I rolled 7.
And I got 10.
Okay.
So 17
So
plus 36.
46. So 53 points of
Nice.
damage to each of the 3 enemies. So these snakes come out and they basically, like, they're spectral snakes. So they swallow all these bugs that are starting to flame as they come off of knots. And so there's just these spectral snakes that swirl out towards each of the targets that have a platoon of fiery beetles inside of them and just smash into each of these 3 targets, catching them on fire and killing them. So Jim, you are holding a fiery dead body after a spectral snake full of flaming beetles just slammed into it.
I would like to thank Carly for some of that damage
Right?
dice.
Oh my god. Nice.
I'm like,
Oh, I didn't do the thing.
Holy shit!
Nice. I'll turn to Court and be like, our turn. do Thorn on your side where I can just like yeet you across the battlefield and then just follow up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can
So
do
you're
it.
gonna spend 3 hope, Lauren?
Yeah. And
Awesome.
then let's go for red guy, cape in the middle. Red guy with red cape in the middle, the words.
Yeah, give me an instinct roll to see if you could tell that there's something different about that person. That's just more for me than necessarily what you can see visually.
Actually. 13, which for Triss is pretty good.
With?
Oh, with hope.
Well, you can take that hope.
Nice. I just spent
yeah, there's no visible difference between any of the like 4 that you can see, which are this guy back to this guy. Those 4 are the ones that you can see. So there's no visible difference between those 4.
I mean, I feel like she still might choose it because it puts her in the best position to do a whirlwind
I mean,
strike.
that's fair. I'm just
Yeah.
That was me. I'm sorry, guys. There's so
All
much
It's okay.
cars.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna swing my axe just into the air, launching Court towards him, and then just following up right behind.
Court, where would you like to land?
Oh, so she's heading me towards this middle guy, I'm assuming? So
Mhm.
Court's
Yeah.
going to take like a big puff of air, and as she hits him into him, he's going to just go flying towards the guy, and when he hits, he's just going to puff spores. Like he deflates and releasing spores in the entire area.
Alrighty. Yeah, give me your duality dice rolls, please.
Yep, so I'll be spending 2 hope for Rain of Spores.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and spend another for extra sneak attack dice. So 19 hope.
That is 20 with hope.
So it's up to you guys which one you want to choose. It's just whoever's you choose gets the hope, not both of you.
You could take the hope you spent to start it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also going to... Oh, sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
So I'm gonna immediately spend that hope to make it a whirlwind attack.
All right, let me just double check your ability real quick. Okay, yeah.
Look at the damage roll, Jeremy.
But yes, please roll your damage.
Hold on, I didn't prepare properly for this.
Cord explodes for 27 magic spore damage.
Yes! Alright, I get to add an extra d6 because I'm in Unstoppable. Okay. That is 20 points of damage from Triss with the battle axe.
Yeah. You guys you hurl him across. He poofs and he covers the 4 people that you initially saw. As you guys are running up and hurling up, you see more enemies stacked behind them. You come up and swoop across, following across the same 4 enemies that he just covered in spores. And you're expecting to slice through all of them like butter.
Mm-hmm.
And you do, most of them. However, there is still one of those enemies left standing, staring you down. And I am going to spend a fear to intersect myself in this moment. And they stare you down and they look at you with this cackling grin. And they're pretty big. Not quite as big as Triss, but taller and bigger than Jim. It's about like 10 feet tall. And they come up and they just swing this like giant club at Court.
Oh.
Down to just smash them. Okay. Does a 13 hit?
Yep, exactly.
Shield.
So,
I'll take that.
yeah, you can spend the stress to do that. That is going to be 10 points of physical damage.
Okay. That is reduced by 3 for me, because this is reduced to damage by a value equal to a strength trait.
No, okay, so yes, you get to do that, and then but you're also unstoppable right now. And it's physical damage.
Yes.
So don't forget that.
Okay, so... Oh god, math. So it was total was, you said 10.
Yeah, so resistance occurs first.
Okay.
So it's 10 damage, so it's 5. And then you
Mhm.
reduce because you used I Am Your Shield.
Yeah.
So that's by 3.
To 2,
So
which
it's
is under
2.
my minor threshold, so nothing
So you
happens.
take nothing. However, it's still my turn. So... Yeah, this one is going to come out and attack you, Grace, at advantage. Does a 9 hit?
That is my evasion.
Then it does hit. So you take 11 points of magical damage. Or sorry, physical damage. As they swoop out with a dagger, again, just catching you right in the side, seemingly appearing out of nowhere.
Get his ass.
And then I am going to spend a fear to activate a few more enemies. So... yeah. These guys are going to... They're all going to shoot at Triss. But it's going to be a straight roll because it's disadvantage because of the fog, but advantage because you don't see them. So that hits. What's your evasion?
My evasion's 4. Guardian.
Yep. All 4 of those hit.
Cool.
And that is going to be... Here we go.
was a lot of
So
dice.
sorry, I rolled so many 6s. Well, I rolled all of the damage together because it was 4 attacks.
This is
So
physical damage.
yes. So that's 12, 18, 20, 25. So it's 27 points of physical damage. As these arrows just come out of the fog and just slam into Triss. So you do have resistance currently, so that's 14 points of physical damage.
Yeah, I think she just is like... and then... Okay, so... Sorry. You said it was down to 14?
Mm-hmm. You do still have her rune ward, so you could spend a hope to reduce it by a d8 if you want to. You can also reduce using
I
armor
currently
slots.
have 1 hope. And with my unstoppable, which is currently at 5, and my armor at 7, they're added together to be exactly 14 if I use an armor slot. So
5 and 7 is 13.
I can't do math. That's still under my
So-
Sorry,
mind. So
12.
13 plus a
12.
1 point per dice would be 14 precisely.
Well,
no,
I don't think you need to do that.
My minor's 3. That takes
Minor's
you
3.
down to 2.
Yeah,
Math.
but mark those armor slots off.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, wait. How many would I have to? Just
One.
armor slot? Okay. Cool,
Yeah,
cool, cool.
just one.
Nice. We're good. We're chilling.
How many times have you rolled damage dice? Twice or once?
Just once, because I missed my first attack.
Okay. Okay.
Since going unstoppable, I've attacked twice, missed once, hit once, so I'm down to 5.
Brilliant. I was just double checking. Yeah. You take nothing, but your damage, your armor is starting to look dented as they
Yeah.
ping, 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 ping. They do still have a couple action tokens left.
Bring it on.
So, that guy is going to do. Yeah. This thing that you can't see.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I did that. And yeah, Cortinarius, a javelin comes flying out from a figure just on the edge of your vision that is wearing very ornate armor and a beautiful like finely made cape. Just hurls this javelin out towards you, Cortinarius.
Okay.
That is a 16 to hit.
That would hit.
Oof.
Alright. Going to
I might let you take this one, buddy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gotta pace myself.
9 points of physical damage.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just making some sure.
Let's see.
Yeah, and then I'm going to spend a stress and I get to activate 2 more that are within close range of him. So this guy is going to come up to Sylvestris and same that guy. Going to move up to attack you. So little guy misses. That's cocked. So it was a natural 1. So, but that one is a 16 to hit.
Oof. Me? Yeah.
Yes.
Again. 4 evasion.
So it's 13 points of physical damage as one guy just comes up and fully like bear hugs you. This guy's I mean, this guy's as big as the other guy, like 10 feet tall. These are like tall dudes. So is the guy that circled around you, but he like tries to swipe at you and trips over his feet and lands in the muck as
Amazing.
he tries to swipe at you. But this other guy is fully just like done a bear hug hit to your kidneys.
Oof. Ooh.
But it is back to you guys now.
So what was the damage? You said 13?
Yes, 13 points.
So then reduced
Physical damage.
to
7.
7? Okay.
Mhm.
I will just take that HP. Because that's 1.
But it
for
is
me.
your guys' turn. The rest of you are hearing sounds of attack, but cannot see what is happening to Court and Triss. However, there is someone that just stabbed Grace in the back. And Jim, you're flying in the air and you could see the attack on Grace.
I'm stabbing the guy that stabbed me in the back.
Yeah, go for it.
That's 12 to hit.
Hits.
Wait. That's not the right one. That's the right one. Okay, that is 16 points of damage.
Yeah, how do you take him out?
I feel him stab me in the back, and I start coughing up blood a little bit. And I, stumble forward off the sword, and I immediately just whip around and take his head off.
Taking somebody's head off with a rapier is really difficult.
I just slice him in the neck.
No, I'm saying you could do it, but it is not slow and it is not clean. Taking his head off.
You can opener him, you stick him in there, and then you run around him.
Oh,
it is not an easy thing.
I just slice him in the neck.
So I think.
He drops. Yes, Jim.
I think Jim.
Was that with hope or fear? Sorry.
Remember. I think it was fear.
Okay. I will take it. Jim.
Jim, I think, looks at the suddenly smoking dead body in his hand, somewhat surprised, and he drops it, looking down, only to see Grace, skewering and brutally killing this other man who was attacking her. So he turns his attention to the west and flies into the melee, grabbing his arcane stones as his hands light up with magical power, and attacks the first target that he sees.
Okay, they are just outside of close range, so in order to get into melee, I'm going to need an agility roll from you.
All right.
I feel like you're being judged just off to your right. Although the viewers can't see it, but I can see it.
So that's a 10 with fear.
Yeah, unfortunately, the fog is obscuring your vision, and initially you start heading in the wrong direction, and then you see them off to the side, and in this kind of tense situation, it does cause you some stress, so please take a stress, but you can feel free to attack the guy that is currently face first in the mud. That's the first guy that you get up to.
All right. My attack is a critical success. Double twos.
Nice.
And what is the range of your attack? Is it just melee?
It's melee.
Okay. Yeah, you fully shatter this guy. What does it look like? He's laying face first in the mud when you come upon him from the skies.
I think that sort of as I landed one punch and then another, I pull my head out of the mud and pull my hands out of the mud, and there's no visible head attached to the neck anymore. There's a neck, certainly there's some exposed bone, but the head is somewhere not to be seen further down in the mud, and the body is just still.
You can take your help and clear a stress from your critical success. And it's still on you guys. He just fell out of the sky next to you, Triss, and just devoured the guy that tripped while trying to hit you.
Yeah, it checks out. Oh.
I was just gonna have Kaboon carry me towards things until I can see them.
Yeah, have Kavoon give me an agility roll.
Just until I can see it. So not the whole way.
I know, but if you're just because you can't see them.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
need the agility roll to make sure that you get up into a space that you can see them.
14 plus 2 is 16 with hope.
Okay, yeah, you can take that hope, and yeah, you, Kavoon is carrying you, and you manage to peer on the edge of your vision just in time to see Jim fall from the skies and decapitate this dude, while Triss has dents in her armor, and these two big dudes that are up next to her that seem to be trying to attack her.
So these are the big dudes in the red capes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and spend that hope I just got to make an attack with my weapon and use Ranger's Focus to do so.
Yeah.
That is 19 with fear.
Which one are you attacking? The closer one?
It'd be the southernmost one.
All right. Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
It's a 19 with fear, correct?
Correct. It becomes my focus while he is my focus. I know precisely what direction he's in. All damage rolls I make against him also deal a stress. And when I miss with an attack, I can end a Ranger's Focus to reroll duality dice to take the new result. Oh, interesting. Okay. So damage-wise... Where are you?
Yeah,
2d8 plus
here.
1. That's 1 and 6. So 7, 8 magical, and a stress to that fellow.
All right. Take that stress.
So my double-edged blade whirls through the air, like cuts his cheek pretty deeply. I'm assuming he has a lot of hit points, and that probably wasn't all that exciting. But he's really mad about it, so he takes the stress, and then the blade whirls back around, and I catch it. And that'll be my turn.
Yeah, well, but that brings it back to me, because you rolled with fear. So the guy that you didn't put Ranger's Focus on, the first big guy, is going to go at Triss again for, like, one of those big, like, bear hug / fists into the kidneys around the back attacks.
Stop hugging me.
Which will hit.
Darn.
That will be 11 points of physical damage, which will be reduced to 6 because you're unstoppable.
Yes.
I do have a curiosity question, just as far as rules go. So, if you're thinking about something, and this is a good time to ask that, with bad guy stress, do they also now have 6 stress, or do they have varying amounts of stress?
They have varying amounts of stress, but the same rule applies that if they have no stress and would take a stress, they take a hit point instead.
Okay, cool. I was just curious if they had been...
No, depending on what they are, and they have abilities that use stress, because some
makes
abilities
sense.
use stress and some use fear, then yeah.
Thanks for telling us.
No worries.
Alright. I will use an armor slot to just negate the rest of that.
Beautiful. So you take no damage. However, that moment where he goes to strike you distracts you enough for this guy to dash out
Yeah, no.
towards Knots, and he's 10 feet tall, so he very easily can reach Knots on top of Kavoon, and goes to hold, like, just crush you within his arms. Does a 13 hit?
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yes.
Okay, so you take 12 points of physical damage and are currently restrained and vulnerable within his arms.
So when I take damage, I can reduce the damage by my armor score. So that's 2. You said 12, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it goes down to 10. That's in my major. I will spend another armor slot. Oh, no, that's not going to matter. I'm going to have to mark the 2 HP.
Oof.
And I am restrained and vulnerable, you say?
Mhm.
I don't like this.
It didn't work on Triss because Triss, while she's unstoppable, cannot be restrained or vulnerable, which is why it was not mentioned. And you guys wouldn't have noticed.
Hey, it totally doesn't work on me because I'm nuts. That does not work on me.
However, I still have action tokens because you guys racked up a lot in that time frame. Yeah, I am going to I'm gonna spend a fear to do a group attack. So all of these dudes come up around Triss.
Oh no. It's okay, this is what I'm built for.
Just say no.
Just say no.
So I only roll 1d20 to see if it hits, but then I get to combine all of their damage together if it hits.
Christ.
I don't think it hits. I rolled really low. And they have a minus to attack, so that is a 2.
Holy moly. That's the first
what
time
does
I
it
think
look like
it's
as
missed.
this group tries to swallow you? What does it look like as you're fending off all of these?
So I mean, Triss for his size is actually kind of agile. So I think it's literally just, as opposed to like full blown parrying or catching, it's using her axe and also her own arms to just sort of deflect, spin, deflect, spin, deflect, spin, deflect, spin. And just moving through the whole group as they attack her, and then returning back to her position without being touched.
Yes. However, as you're distracted in that moment of attack, spin, attack, spin, attack, spin, those arrows come out from the...
Damn it. Are there more of them?
What?
Are there more of them? Where are the arrows coming from?
Out of the fog. You cannot see them.
Great.
They have advantage because you can't see them, but they then have disadvantage because they can only hear you. So they're having a straight roll. And 3 of them hit, because one of them was a natural 1.
Oof. Okay.
4. The first hit is... Sorry, let me pull it up. The first hit is 8 damage.
Okay.
The second hit... Yeah. Reduced to 4. The second hit is 7, reduced to 4. And the third is 5, reduced to 3. So 4, 4, 3. Separate attacks.
If any of those are off by 1, I'd volunteer to give you one of my prayer dice to reduce it by an additional 1.
Okay. So that's the question. So my minor is 3.
Yes, since it's at your... It needs to be below it for you to not take any damage. If it's at it, you would take the 1 hit point.
Because my minor is 3, which means 1 is at my minor and the 2 are just above my minor.
So if you spent your 1 prayer dice, that would bring the 3 to a 2, which means for that 1 attack, she would take nothing.
Okay.
And so then you would just have to deal with the 2 4s.
Okay, and that I would have to spend separate armor slots or separate things to avoid? Okay.
Yes.
I will take 1 HP and 1 stress using the stalwart ability.
Go for it.
Okay, cool.
And it is back to you guys as Triss is bobbing and weaving and ducking around these people that have surrounded her. However, these arrows come piercing through and are obviously targeting your largest member of the group, coming from out of the fog. Maggie, you just hear chaos. Grace just hears chaos, but cannot see anything. Although they did see the one that came out and is currently holding knots.
Do you want to go, Trace?
Uh,
Sorry.
Well, if Trish wants to go for it.
yeah. Yeah. Jim has just landed beside her. Triss avoided, at least took 3 arrows. I am going to use Soldier's Bond with Jim. Just turn to him and be like, I think it's time to meet the Maker. So that gives us both 3 hope, which I'm gonna immediately spend to do a combo move, essentially going for the same thing we did last time.
Yeah.
So once again, Jim raises his fist to the sky, and his deity responds, sending light down to bathe Triss's weapon in power.
Alright.
Yeah. Go for it. Roll your rolls.
Let's go.
This is, I want to say, an attack roll for me? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yes. Using your strength.
So Jim's got a 22 with fear.
A 24 also with fear.
All right, so it doesn't matter because neither of you are going to get anything, so we'll take the 24. I will take that fear, though. However, roll your damage and then paint a picture of what this attack looks like.
I am going to spend my last hope to make this whirlwind because they are all red around me and we might as well.
Absolutely. Do it. I'm here for it.
This is my favorite ability. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, this is right. Yeah. 2d10 plus a 6 for unstoppable. That's a really shitty roll, Jesus. That is 10 total.
10 damage for you. And Jim?
26 damage.
There we go. That's better.
26. You must have rolled really well on your gauntlets.
18 on the gauntlets, and then another 8 from flying.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, that's 36 damage, and then it's, who's the main focus of your attack?
Main focus is the guy that keeps kidney shotting me.
Great. So it's 36 damage to him, and then 18 damage to the rest. The other 3 just, you slice, the other 5 you just slice through like butter. They just
Let's go.
drop to the ground.
I
The
imagine
big
it's like
guys. What were you saying?
I was saying, I imagine it's like, because we just heard it last time, it was like Jim like flies around, and I imagine it's like Jim like punches them, and it's like they're marked, and then it's Triss's axe just.
Yes, I love it. And then it comes to the big guy where your focus of your power is. These were just the beginning and end of your swing but the focus is on this big guy. And you Jim comes up with a gauntlet under the chin, lighting him up, glowing as he is fully just bisected by Triss's axe. And all of them have gone to the ground dead. However, you guys did roll with fear, which means that it does
I need to take a
bring it back
reaction.
to me.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, you can absolutely take your reaction. There
Okay.
are 2 people that did that next to you.
Yeah, so
That
that
died.
red guy, Court's gonna reach down to him, and his corpse just starts desiccating as like it's almost like meat is being sucked out of it up into Court. So I will heal 1 by draining that corpse.
Nice.
Absolutely. So you did roll with fear, so that brings it back to me. So as you fully swirl around and just decimate his enemies, a javelin comes out of the mist from the like fully decked out person coming towards you, Triss.
Yeah. I'm a big target.
This is a natural 20 if that means anything, but it doesn't because I don't crit.
I got really scared for a second.
No, the DMs don't crit in Daggerheart.
Oh, interesting.
However, that is, it rolled pretty well, so that is 9 points of physical damage, which becomes, yes, to you, which becomes 5.
Mm-hmm. Armor slot.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you take nothing as this comes out, but however, he uses that moment of you like focusing on the javelin to just disappear into the mist. And once again, I'm spending fear to do this, to give myself some more actions. Out of the mist, arrows come flying down the big target, Triss. So I will roll the attacks for that. One of them misses.
They're just jealous of your antlers.
Yeah, so you're hit by 3 again.
Oof.
So 1 is 8, which becomes 4. 1 is 7, which becomes 4. And 1 is another 7, which becomes 4. So you are hit with 3 4s.
They keep getting just like right. Right above. Okay. My armor's getting beat. Let's see. Yeah. I'll take 1 armor slot and then 2 stress, and so negate damage.
Yes. Yeah, and lastly, while those arrows are peppering you, Knots, you're currently being crushed by this large figure. Yeah, they're going to just crush you further, and since you're restrained by them and vulnerable, I get to roll with advantage, and you take double damage from this attack. I don't think it hits, though, because I don't think a 9 will hit you.
A 9 is not going to hit me.
Hey.
So you somehow manage to resist the crushing. You're wiggling enough that they can't, like, fully bring their arms in to crush down on you.
Bad touch. Bad touch. No. No.
So if you, this would be a wonderful time to try and escape if you wish to. It's a DC 12 strength roll.
Kavoon is not having this whatsoever.
Okay, you can have Kavoon act first.
Kavoon is going to bite him in the ankle.
Yeah.
When I have him, so I need to do a spellcast roll to do this first. When it says you make a spellcast roll to connect with your companion, what am I rolling? What's my target?
Agility.
But what's my target number?
It's their DC, whatever their difficulty is. You don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
But you're using agility.
So
it's the same as you. You're rolling to hit. You're
7,
rolling to hit, so they just have to beat the.
So 17 for me to connect with Kavoon. With hope.
So you can take your hope, and that hits. They bite down, which means that you would get a free action also.
Right.
You could use that to try and break out if you wish.
So first I'm going to do all this damage because because this is my focused fellow,
Yeah, he'll
He's
take a
gonna-
stress.
do the stress, right?
Mm-hmm.
6s, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
5 and 3 plus nothing, so 8 damage.
Yeah. He bites down hard on one of the beefy guy's arms. And you can just see like scraps of skin just kind of hanging off.
So while he's like tugging, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah, you need a
you know what?
strength roll to try and get out.
Can I use a spell while restrained?
Yeah. Yeah, you just
Because
stay
screw this guy.
restrained and vulnerable.
I flick open the one of the bottles, and all these fireflies begin to swarm around this fellow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anyone else within close, right? That they can go out and get as well.
Within close?
Yeah.
No, not currently.
Okay.
Everybody's just outside of that.
Oh, I thought that was a crit. It is not a crit. But it is a 19
With
with beer. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah. Sorry,
but
folks.
that hits.
Okay. 2d8 magic. That is 10. Yep, 10 magic damage to that fellow.
Yeah. He is looking rough. However, he is not having this, and you are still fully within his grasp. So he is going to try and crush you again.
Do it.
At advantage. That will hit, I believe, a 14 hits.
Yep, that one hits now.
So this damage is going to be doubled.
I'm going to danger sense that. Once per rest, I can have you re-roll that.
Yeah, I still get to roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Because you're vulnerable. It's a 14 again.
Okay, but I get to reduce the damage, so that's awesome.
Yes, you do. So that is 22 points of physical damage.
Okay, so
And
then I'll
then
turn it 20.
How much do you get to reduce by?
By 2, so my proficiency, so that goes down to 20. 18 is my severe, so I'm definitely going to... oh, wait. My beetles will...
Yeah. You spend a hope.
So it's going to reduce
If
it
you want to keep them up.
Ooh, so I'm going to spend a hope to keep it up. Use an armor slot to get it out of severe and into major. And I'm going to take 2 points. And I am looking very poorly.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically what happened is it was 22 points of damage. You reduced it by 2 because of your danger sensibility. You reduced it by 2 for free because of the beetles, and then you used an armor slot to reduce it by another 2.
Correct.
So that you were in your major. Okay, just double checking that
Perfect.
resource management was correct. Yeah, you take those 2 hit points of damage as he fully crushes you. If anybody else would like to try and help Knots in his situation, he's visible to all of you.
I am gonna. There are 2 things that I want to do. Neither one of them take an action.
Okay, tell me what you want to do.
I'm gonna summon my Midnight Spirit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to unleash chaos on
Well,
the.
I mean, Unleashed Chaos is a spellcast roll, so it's an action, but yes.
Okay.
So spend your hope to summon a duplicate of yourself, so you just see a duplicate. Well, Knots and Kavoon see a duplicate of Grace appear next to her while she unleashes some more of her spectral snakes.
And I
did you spend the stress to do it again?
I'm going to spend the stress to re-up and unleash chaos. So that's
Go for it. Give me your spellcast roll.
Yeah. That is 13.
Hit?
Yay!
With hope or fear?
With fear.
Alright.
Nope, that's the wrong ones. 2d10. Oh, yay! That's better than last time. So that's 13 points of damage.
How do you finish him off as he's holding knots?
You see Grace, a spectral form of Grace, appear outside of her, and then the real Grace sticks her hand out and says, "No, that's not very nice, is it?" As snakes shoot out of her hand.
And these snakes...
Yeah.
Oh, continue.
They go and they start wrapping and constricting around the guy attacking Knot.
Yeah, so these snakes just start wrapping and wrapping and wrapping until you can only vaguely see the body of this large figure through these shimmering, overlapping spectral snakes. And then it just drops. Drops Knot. And he drops. Knot, you will take 4 points of damage falling to the ground because he's pretty tall. But you did roll with fear, so out of the woods, more arrows come at Triss.
No!
I'm gonna kill these fucking archers.
I'm spending
shooting
fear
at
to
me.
do it. I'm spending fear to do it. Yep, that's gonna hit. Both of those are hit, and both of those will hit. So that's gonna be 4 hits on Triss. The first one is 7, which becomes 4.
I get
7 becomes 4. 4 becomes 2.
There we go.
And 10 becomes 5. So the 2 is just negated, so it's a 4, 4, and 5.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Okay. Oh. Triss is looking a little. I'll do 1 armor, and then take 2 of. I'll take 2 of the shots for HP.
Awesome.
What do we have in the group? Like the pot for potions?
I think this is probably actually the moment where Jim places a hand on your back, and he declares,
We are going to find those archers and break them.
but first, you feel a warmth flowing into you as Jim casts Healing Hands. So
Nice.
let me make a spell cast roll.
So,
And to answer your question, there are 3 health potions in the pot.
no stamina potions?
There is 1 stamina potion.
Okay. Next time we're in a town, I'm gonna buy more stamina potions.
So I do make my spellcast roll 20 against the DC of 13. That is with
hope or fear.
That is with fear. So I will. That's a success with fear. I will mark my stress, and I will heal Triss for 2 hit points.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
And having done that, I'm going to start dashing out. I think towards the west in search of whoever is throwing all of these damn javelins at my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. However, as you dash out into the mist, during that first movement, nothing seems to appear. So you're currently standing with barely being able to see Triss and Cortinarius behind you and see nobody around you as you are moved here.
I'd probably scoop.
No
up
more
the-
arrows come flying. There's nobody immediately around you. What would you like to do?
I think Jim just takes a moment and just sort of goes quiet, his eyes intensely red as he scans for any sign of movement or sound.
Yeah, give me an instinct roll.
All right, that is an 11 with hope.
Take your hope. However, you're scanning, and your red light is just bouncing against the fog that is out there and bouncing back at you and combining with the shifting fog and hitting you, and that feeling reverberates. You'll die here. You'll never leave. You will take a stress as you try to peer past this mist and can't find anything with that red light reflecting back at you and that feeling pressing.
How about everybody else? What are y'all doing while I'm
I
searching
probably
for our
would've
attackers?
Scooped up Court and followed you, as long as he wants to come with.
Well, can Court get like a general impression of where these guys are? Because they've been able to ping us. You know, he's able to get an idea of where these archers are.
You can give me an instinct roll.
Okay. Well, I have advantage with it being dark on perceiving stuff.
Absolutely.
That would be a 23. Hope.
With hope?
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, 25. Sorry.
Oh no.
That's 25 with hope. Yeah. You hear like just the tiny bit of rustling, like very far away from you, moving away from you. And you get the impression, and you just realize from the attack, that they didn't start shooting the arrows until all the noise from like the lackeys and the up close melee fighters engaged with you, because they couldn't see you. So they were using their hearing to try and pinpoint you. And when they heard the signs of the melee attackers dying, they threw a last volley and are moving. And they're pretty far away from you now and getting farther. In both directions, both north and south.
Oh, and I just realized it added the 2 dice together. Would have been 23. Sorry.
No worries. Still
Yeah.
same answer.
I'm checking on knots because knots fell to the ground.
Yeah, so speaking of knots falling to the ground, I can technically spend armor to get rid of the damage, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So do I spend armor slots to stop from hitting 0 hit points? Or do I roll and maybe get a scar?
Well, first of all, it was 4.
Right.
And you automatically get to reduce it to 2 because of your beetles.
Right, which is
now you could decide now to spend a hope or not to keep it up. And then you could also, you could use another armor slot to prevent yourself from going to 0.
Right.
Or we can go into death moves and you can make a decision.
What do you all think? Should we do death moves for the first time on the thing, or should I just stay awake?
Follow your gut.
What's that?
Follow your gut.
Follow my gut. Oh, yeah, I think there's like the crunching noise of beetles as like I slam into the ground, and it does harm my armor some more, and I'll keep that hit point. Who
Probably
knows?
wise with your dice.
I might lose it here in a moment anyway. Who knows?
No, don't say that.
However, I feel like that is a great point of where we can leave off for the night.
Oh,
It was tempting just to be like, we should try this, but
You guys rolled so well on your stealth, and you could have gotten the drop on these guys, and then not just.
oh.
But yeah, and you guys weren't paying attention while Knots was doing this for a while, so they had a lot of time to just like.
I know what Knott's experience is going to be should she survive this till the next level. Try being quiet.
Shut the fuck up.
Right? STFU.
However, yeah, I feel like this is a really great place to drop off. I know that was a very difficult combat, but
It was
you know,
fun.
you guys made some choices.
I was racking up some points there. That,
Right?
that healing
Yeah.
was clutch. I was sitting there because I was like trying to evenly spread it, and they're all getting up to like 5 and 6, and I was like, oh no.
Nice. Real quick, the map, was that a JPEG?
JPEG.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure before I attributed it to someone that maybe it wasn't.
JPEG.
I was going to tell him at one point, you don't hug Triss, we hug Triss. And stab him.
I loved Jim's flying move at the beginning, and then the person just burning up in his
Right.
hands.
Sorry
I
about
wanted
that,
to see what
Jim.
would happen, but also that was pretty funny.
Though Knots and Grace
However-
missed the best opportunity to say, he's dead, Jim.
I know.
Chad had to tell us to do it. I was like, oh,
I
no.
saw that.
Awesome. Hey, does anyone have anything they want to share or anything coming up?
Are we playing next week?
Next week we will not be, so join us in 2 weeks from tonight for episode 4. Sorry, I made plans, so I have to like push the buttons, I guess.
Do the thing. There we go.
All good. Life happens.
Well, if no one else has anything this Sunday, join us at 2 p.m. for Blades in the Dark, which no one who's playing has ever gotten to play. That's why it's a we get to play game, because we get to play something we've never played before. Super looking forward to that. We're going to go... I feel like it's an extra dark game, which, it's Blades in the Dark. Kind of makes sense, but usually we do these like bright, funny, even when they're serious games, and this one's going to go like full... gross. So, yay.
Is Bleak running it?
Bleak is not, but I'm going to try to at least on par Bleak. Maybe. I don't think I can out Bleak, but why don't we do a raid as I do a shout out to our Patreon supporter Raven for being our Great Wyrm level. And we'll raid over 2. Oh, there's so many people. Oh, Bleak is still, or Folk and Myth is still going. So let's raid Folk and Myth. And we will
And
see.
thanks, Carly.
Yeah, thank you all. Thanks, Carly, for running.
everybody.
Thank you all for being awesome players. We will see you in 2 weeks. And take care, everybody. Bye.
See you next time.